everyone. This is Maheen, and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast. Today, we're discussing the art of the career pivot. In 2026, professional paths are rarely linear. Success belongs to those who can navigate transitions with clarity and adapt to a landscape shaped by hybrid work and AI. Joining us is Ariel Hennig Wood, a professional certified coach and job search advisor at Canada Career Counselling. Now, with a background in human resources and a certificate in applied positive psychology coaching, Ariel specializes in helping Canadians build unique personal brands and actionable career outcomes. Recently honored as a client and culture catalyst, she's here to share how individuals and organizations can thrive in the modern workplaces. So without further ado, let's dive in and welcome Ariel. Ariel, it's a pleasure having you on the show today. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here. I'm well, thank you.
Amazing. We're very pleased to have you with us to discuss a very important topic, which is how do we identify ideal careers? Many professionals, they feel stuck because they haven't really clearly identified where their skills actually align with their passions. So how can individuals align their skills and personal brand to find the right career?
Yeah, I think it's such a critical question that you're asking because we have many skills, and a lot of times we develop new skills as we progress through our careers. And a lot of the clients that I sit down and talk with are often kind of midway through their career, and they're saying, how can I pivot from where I am to something that gives me more meaning or more satisfaction or feels more valuable. And they're not sure how to take their skills and transfer that into a new path. And so that's really the work that, we as career coaches do, is to sit down and figure out what are those transferable skills. And when we say skills, it's a broad term. It's actually more than that. It's soft skills, hard skills, emotional intelligence, technical skills, strengths, interests, passions. It's all those things. And what I like to do with people is actually visually map those skills and all of those different areas that I just mentioned onto like a mind map almost, and then kind of pull that information together and say, okay, now what does this start to sound like? What is this role? What are the similarities that we're seeing here, and how can we shape this into a role? And that's really the beauty of role design, which is that idea of kind of taking all the essence of an individual and coming up with who are you and what is it that you can do that maybe someone else can't. And then once we have that, then we turn that into a personal brand, which is kind of the second stage of saying, let's define that value. Let's take all those things that you are, that ideal role that we've now defined, and now let's sell you to your ideal employer. So let's create a personal brand. Let's say this is your value proposition. This is what's unique about you. This is what you can do to solve a problem or fill an opportunity that someone else can't. And then that's the branding that we then put on their LinkedIn, put on their resume. And make sure that they're able to communicate in their interviews as well.
Right. That is very insightful and a good start to our conversation. And it's good to understand that shifting the focus from a list of duties to a unique personal brand is exactly how we stand out in a competitive market. Now, Ariel, let's explore navigating career transitions with confidence. How can professionals stay confident during a career transition?
Career transitions are tough. I mean, I think most of us go through them at least once in our lifetime. I know I myself have gone through, 2 or 3 career transitions, and I'm in my 40s. So I think it's a common thing. And I think one of the misconceptions is that you have to start over, or that you're sort of starting at the bottom when you go through a career transition. But that's not true. You actually are taking all of your experience, your background, your knowledge, your maturity, your leadership skills, your people skills, you're bringing all that with you into the transition. And I think when people remember all the strengths and achievements and everything that they have that they're carrying with them into this transition, that can help them to stay confident, because you're not starting over just because you've lost your job or you've been unemployed for a season, or maybe you're changing directions in your career. Doesn't mean you're starting over. You're just taking a turn. And I think that's a shift in mindset for some people. Is it's not a restart, it's a change of direction. And when we think of it that way, we can bring with us all the skills and tools that we've accumulated so far to this point in our career, and we can bring that confidence into this next season. The other thing I would say is work with a coach like myself, or with like our team at Canada Career Counselling. Work with a counselor, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to be your cheerleader, your support, your guide. to help you stay confident in that process and have that mirror, that reflection, that check and balance as you go through. Am I taking the right steps? Am I doing the right things? Am I putting in the effort that's needed? And we can help you answer those questions and help you make sure that you're staying on the right track so that you can continue to move forward in that transition.
Absolutely. And this is a great and an insightful response, the way you laid it out in terms of how do we really navigate transitions with confidence. And you're right. I mean, integrating also the mental health expertise with like practical job search strategies, it really ensures that a career change is sustainable, not just a quick fix. Now, Ariel, let's look at how AI and hybrid work are reshaping careers. How is AI shaping or changing career coaching?
Yeah, AI, it's affecting every industry, and it's definitely been affecting career coaching as well. I know several of my career coaching colleagues and I have these conversations on a regular basis. And one of the most exciting things I think for us to see with the changes in AI and how it's shaping technology is the way that we're able to support clients in the job search process. Things like assessments and sort of online tools have been around for a long time, but in the space of job searching, we've really seen some huge advances because of AI. So, for example, there's tools out there now that can update or target your resume in just a click of a button to suit a job posting and help you shape your presentation to an employer so much faster. There's AI tools out there that will assess your interviewing skills and give you real-time feedback on how to improve. There's tracking tools that will help you figure out, which applications you've applied to and when to follow up. And even AI is even going out and doing the research on who to network with on LinkedIn. That's the right person for following up with a job you've applied to. So really, all of this technology that's advancing sort of the automated parts, let's say, of the job search are really helping support us as coaches to not only see what our clients are doing, but to help them do it more effectively, to be more targeted to the right employer, to improve their skills, to have that automated tracking and sort of targeting of the process. And I think that really can add value to our clients, because it's one thing for me to, tell you as a job seeker, hey, you should be taking these steps, or you should set these goals or apply to these roles, and to show you how to do that. But when we can have these sort of automations and tools that really help to make that process so much more strategic and streamlined, it's actually really helpful.
Embracing AI as a tool for career discovery, it really allows people to find meaningful work faster than ever before in this hybrid era. So thank you so much for highlighting the tools that are available, Ariel, and even to all the professionals and the business leaders that are watching us. In 2026, your career is a continuous evolution, not quite a destination. So if you are feeling the weight of a burnout or the uncertainty of shifting industries and you don't have to navigate it alone, whether you're an individual looking for a client and culture analyst like Ariel or an organization to build resilient leaders, the tools for your next chapter are within reach. So please don't wait for a crisis. Just invest in your capability today. Now, Ariel, let's explore strengthening organizational culture through people first strategies. Tell us, how can organizations use career coaches like yourselves to support existing employees and to support exiting or team members?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important work, I think, that we do when we partner with organizations to support their current teams, as well as team members maybe that are exiting, and we call that outplacement in our industry. My background, Maheen, is actually in HR, so I worked on that side of the table before, and now the last 5 years, I've just been on the coaching side, on the other side of the table, I call it. And I know the importance of strengthening culture and strengthening organizations. It's you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? And so the importance of professional development, especially in this age of AI and how quickly jobs are changing, has never been more critical. And I think career coaches, we're not just here to help with career transitions. We're also here to help with professional development and internal support and development. And so I think that is critical to for managers and for leaders to understand that you don't have to do all of the professional development work in your team or in your organization on your own. You can use coaches to augment the leadership development and the skill development of your people. And then on the exiting side, if team members are leaving, coaches like myself, we're here to support with that transition as well. So when we do outplacement services, we're helping people rebuild their confidence. We're helping them reassess their skills and figure out where they fit into the market, and making sure that the people that you're letting go because your organization is changing, we're helping them to find the right next fit and continue to build their careers. And so I think it's a really positive partnership that we can have with organizations and with HR teams. And I love that because when I was in HR, I didn't always have outplacement partners to refer people to that I was letting go, and I wish that I had, because I think it's really important next steps for people in their career to have a coach.
That is such a profound shift in perspective, Ariel. And you're right, supporting departing employees with compassion while developing the existing team is a hallmark of a truly healthy modern organization. And it truly preserves the brand's reputation and maintains that morale of those who stay. Finally, let's look at the turning career coaching into actionable outcomes. How do you help clients move from career exploration to execution?
I think both steps are really critical. We talk, about either exploration and execution, or sometimes we refer to it as, strategy and then tactics. However you want to refer to it, both stages are equally important. And I think your question is good, because the question was, how do you help people move from one to the other? And sometimes people do get stuck in career exploration. I've worked with clients who they haven't actually stopped long enough in their career to think about, what is it that I want to do next? And sometimes when they get into that space, it's kind of fun just to stay there and hang out and explore and get creative about what's next. And it takes some motivating for them to move to the execution stage, where they're actually job seeking and actually taking action. And so, that's my role as a coach, is to coach them literally to set goals, to be accountable, to create those action steps, and to move forward so that they're not stuck in exploration, but they actually move to execution, and they start to put action behind their goals. And so the how of that is really, the art of coaching, I guess I would say. And it's also the partnering with a client. So it's not me telling, this is what you need to do next. It's saying, well, what do you think is important? What is your next goal? How are you going to get there? What are the steps you need to take this week to follow through on that? And I think that's the beauty of the partnership kind of relationship that coaching is when we set goals with our clients, and we encourage them to follow through on those goals. They feel this sense of accountability, because the next time they meet with us, they want to be able to say, yeah, I did that. I followed through and I applied to those roles. And okay, Ariel, what's next, right? And seeing them build that confidence as they move to action is really exciting, because that's when momentum starts to happen. That's when they start to get interviews and they start to see what jobs are out there, and they get excited about their career change.
Absolutely. Turning high-level career passion into a signed offer letter is where the customized coaching approach truly pays off. So great work that you're doing, Ariel. Really amazing conversation we've had. Thank you so much. And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. As we wrap up, what advice would you give to professionals who feel really stuck in their careers?
Yeah, I mean, it's never too late to change direction, I would say. So, if you're feeling like you're not maybe where you're supposed to be, or you're not in your ideal work right now, sit down with someone like myself, sit down with a coach or a career counselor from Canada Career Counselling, and talk to us about, what could be next for you, because there's so many opportunities out there, and we spend so much of our life at work. So you may as well be doing something that you're enjoying and getting satisfaction out of.
That is a great reminder that rediscovering your interest and passion is always possible with the right guidance. Thank you so much, Ariel, for your time and for sharing such great expertise and your insights.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today.
And listeners, I was Ariel Hennig Wood from Canada Career Counseling, a masterclass in career pivots, personal branding, and how to navigate the modern Canadian job market with confidence. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Please be sure to subscribe and visit CanadianSME.ca for more resources. To learn more about how we're supporting the ecosystem, please visit Canadian SME Small Business Foundation at the smefoundation.ca. Before we leave, a special shout out to partners UPS and ADP for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses across Canada. Please keep thriving, and we'll see you in the next one.